Γεια σας και καλώς ήρθατε to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I cannot wait to share this delicious baked pumpkin spice donut recipe with you. It is an autumn delight, perfect for this time of year. You can make this for your holiday table or for the kids, or if you're having some friends over for coffee. They're just gonna love these. They're so tender and they have the pumpkin spice flavoring in there. Easy to make and just delicious. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to begin going over the dry ingredients. Over here I have 1 3/4 cup or 220 grams of all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoons of ground cinnamon. I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, and the only thing that's missing is a little bit of salt. So 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Whisk that all up. I know that some recipes call for nutmeg. I don't really care for it, so I don't add it. You can add some ground allspice if you like. 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon will work. And then you'll get that pumpkin spice flavor from all of those delicious spices. Just whisk it well. What I love about this recipe is that you don't need a mixer for it, but if you want to, you can definitely take out your mixer. For the sugar, I have 1/2 cup of light brown sugar and 1 cup of regular granulated sugar. The 1 cup is 230 grams and the brown sugar is 110 grams. Just break that up. And we're gonna add some light olive oil because it doesn't have such a strong olive flavor. It's gonna make the donuts nice and moist, so 1/2 cup. If you add cold pressed extra virgin Greek olive oil, it's just gonna be too heavy for this recipe. So use your favorite light vegetable oil. And you don't even have to start mixing yet. Mix it all together in the end. Add the 3 eggs. Make sure that everything is at room temperature. I have 1/4 cup of whole milk in here. To that, I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, which is gonna make these donuts nice and soft. And I like to add the baking soda to the liquid because it just mixes in better. A teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And 1 cup of pumpkin puree. This is cooked pumpkin. You don't want to get sometimes this company and other companies, I really love this company, the pumpkin is always a perfect color and it's just so good. But sometimes you'll see pumpkin pie filling. You don't want that. You don't want to use this you don't want to use that in this recipe. Just plain cooked pumpkin is all you need. If you cook your own, you can use fresh pumpkin that's been cooked at home, or sweet potato. You could even use butternut squash in this recipe, whatever you love. And just whisk everything all together until it's smooth. Comes together so quickly, just like that, it's ready. Now I'm gonna add the flour mixture a little bit at a time, whisking until it's all incorporated. You don't wanna overmix or over whisk because then the batter is gonna be tough. You want these to be nice and light. If you wanted to, at this point, you could add 1/2 cup of dried cranberries to this, maybe some finely chopped pecans, but I'm gonna keep it plain. I did try making it with the cranberries last time and it was nice, but I found that the plain ones are better. Now, I only have 1 of these donut pans. I love this company's Nordic Ware. It's not sponsored, but I really do love their products. They're really high quality and they're made in America, so that's really nice. I've melted a stick of butter and I'm just going to grease the inside, these little wells that hold the batter. Now resist the urge to overfill these. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You want it to be ready. You can put the batter in a pastry bag, but I prefer to use, I feel like it's neater, to use one of these little ice cream scoops. If you have more than 1 of these pans, it's gonna come in handy. I only have 1. So I'm just gonna make a little bit at a time. As soon as they come out of the oven, they literally slide out of this pan and you could put another batch straight in there and bake them. They only take about 15 minutes at a time, so it's very easy to make these and very quick. So you can get away with just 1 pan. So this is all the batter you wanna put in here. Do not add more, otherwise when they're baking, they're gonna rise over this little center that makes the hole. And then you're just gonna have like muffins, basically. You can make these in muffin pans if you don't have one of these donut pans. Okay, once the little wells are filled, you want to tap the pan a little bit, and in the oven they go for 15 minutes on the center rack. Now you want to make sure that your oven is already preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit because these bake really quickly. You're going to pop them onto the center rack and the first batch should bake between 13 to 15 minutes. You know they're ready when you touch them and they're springy. My first batch of donuts always comes out thinner than the second and the third batch. because I always start with the least amount of batter just because I'm afraid of them puffing up too much and looking like muffins instead of donuts. But you can fill your little pans up to maximum 3/4 of the way full. I wouldn't go too much above the half full mark because then you run the risk of them like closing up and not having a hole in the center. If you have more donut pans, then it's gonna move faster, but it's so easy. As soon as they're baking in the oven, you're just gonna wanna get the cinnamon sugar mix ready. I like to dip mine in cinnamon sugar once they come out because they look more like donuts, like they came out of a donut shop. And that little crunch from the sugar and the cinnamon it makes them taste so good. So you want to have the melted butter ready. As soon as the first batch comes out of the oven, while they're still hot, carefully lift them out of the tins and put them on your work surface. You don't have to take out a cooling rack or anything like that. This recipe moves too quick for that. No need to dirty one more thing. Just take them out and set them aside while you refill your tin. You want to do this while it's still hot, but do make sure to grease it each and every time before you add the batter to it. Otherwise, they're going to stick and they're going to break. You don't want to do that. So grease them really well with some butter. Fill the tin up again halfway or 3/4 of the way full. The second and third batch, for some reason, because the pan is hot when you're putting in the batter, they're going to cook a little bit quicker. So around the 12-minute mark, check on them and they might already be ready. Like I said, if they're springy to the touch, you know they're done. If you want to do the toothpick test by inserting it into the center, if it comes out clean or with some crumbs attached, that's how you know they're ready. But as soon as you fill the pan the second time, you pop it in the oven and then you quickly brush the warm donuts that just came out with the melted butter and then immediately put them in that cinnamon sugar. So the cinnamon sugar that we made before is just a cup of granulated sugar, and you can add 2 or 3 teaspoons of cinnamon depending on how dark you want it to be or how cinnamony you want it to be. Whisk that all together and it's just that simple to make cinnamon sugar. Just go ahead and toss the donuts in the sugar really well. The butter is what helps the sugar stick. If you don't butter them, the sugar won't stick. So if you don't want to add the butter or the cinnamon sugar, you can make a glaze for these. You can dust them with some powdered sugar if you'd like. It's totally up to you, but give this a try, at least with some of them. It's really good. And if you're not going to use up all the sugar, you could put the remaining, whatever's left of it, in a little container and you could stir it into your coffee or use it for other desserts. But as soon as you toss them in that sugar, you're going to want to put them on your serving platter. I always like to put things on cake platters. I feel like it elevates any dessert. These bake really quickly. You're going to see that they're really nice and tender. And also take a look. Like I said, the first ones are a little bit thinner, and then the second, third, and however many batches I make are always fluffier because I put a little bit more batter. I feel more secure in the amount of batter that goes in, that they won't overcook. But if you do overcook them, this is what they're going to look like. You're going to see that the hole on one side is going to close completely, and on the other side there's just barely going to be a little peep there to look through. But it's up to you. If you don't want to turn these into donuts, you can totally use a muffin tin and make little muffins. And once they come out, you could brush the tops with the butter and then dip the tops in the cinnamon sugar too. They're going to taste the same. I just feel like they look so much prettier when they're donuts. You didn't fry anything. They're baked and the house is just going to smell lovely. It's time for the taste test. Oh my goodness. So good. Please make these. The donut is just soft and tender and just melts in your mouth. And then that crunchy, spicy cinnamon sugar just makes them just go over the top. They're delicious, easy to make. Get the kids involved with this because it's such a fun little thing to make. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. You can print this recipe out on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Or if you have any more recipe requests, post them down there and I'll add them to my list and get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes,